Crowback here, back in the back room of Crow's Room, and today I'm finally making that video that I've talked about a few times. It's how I started dipping, how I got started, how I was influenced, the great beginning of, a love story, I guess you could call it. And before we do anything, I just want to give a bunch of shout outs. Got front and back list right here. I like to do my shout outs before anything, but this is it's no order. It's just random as fuck. So if you're the last person on the list, don't feel bad about yourself. But UT Southpaw 2013, give him a shout out because I think he was my very first subscriber. And Evan Dips 1, he was my second, number 2. NC Dipper 18, Herschel Newland, Copenhagen Up. He's been around. He's been a subscriber for a while. Landon Schaffer, he's been around. Nate Dogg, Coatman Dipper, the Hillbilly and the Wife, Zach Lafleur. I gotta get it right, capital F, motherfucker. Dipper Rebel 88, Cody Sanchez, Jason Davenport, Cope Craver, Drew Neal, Nearly Black Reverse. Is that racist? I don't know. Southern Boy 321, the Yorkshire Dipper, Berg's Dipper Views. Definitely got to give him a shout out. He's given me countless shout outs. Seriously, countless. It's pretty crazy. Hilltop Dipper, he's very underrated. Hope he's watching this right now, but he's a good YouTuber. Fucking one of his recent videos, he's going hardcore on a lawnmower, and I don't mean sexually, but Redneck TV 75 Bitches, that's his actual name, Redneck TV 75 Bitches. I'm not adding anything there. Robert Schulman, I guess that's right. Sorry if I'm wrong. Greg Gross. And I gotta say, some of these names are awesome, but that's the whole shout out list. Hope it was long enough. If I left anybody out, let me know. But right here, it's not in frame, so y'all probably didn't know it was here, but big ass box of memories, which is just alcohol bottles and cigarette boxes and snooze cans, and I'll go into the story. But before I go too far, let's go ahead and pack some Stoker's Long Cut Wintergreen. There's probably not even a full pinch in here. I mean, it's something. Might be able to see there. And it's like a half pinch. I'll get all the crumbs, maybe make it a little bit better. Alright, that's not a fulfilling dip right there, but another can to the tower, I reckon. Spitting in the napalm, roadie. But, alright. How I started dipping, my very first dip experience. I was 10 years old. My friend, Jeremy at the time, he was 4 to 5 years older than me. He was probably 15 by then, but he gave me a little bit of Skull Apple. It was probably a baby pinch, probably less than this, but it was enough to make me feel a little dizzy, but I didn't feel bad. I liked it. I guess it was just the right amount. Like Jeremy, I guess, gave me the right amount to not make me sick on my first time, but that was one day adventure. I never touched it again until maybe 2 years later, and that was Kayak Grape. And of course, I think I was 4 with my friends in their backyard, or sort of the backyard. We seriously took weeks and made our own paths, and had a drift circle, and it was a bunch of different paths through there. It was great. I'm sure the paths are still there, just kind of grown over now, because I don't think they live there anymore. But back on track. Kayak Grape, I put too much in, and they told me to put it in the back for some reason. And I understand that, but when they said put it in the back, I put it in the way back, and it went directly, you know, it busted everywhere. I mean, it's kayak, of course, it's not going to stay together. But, yeah, I got sick, threw up everywhere. Of course, I tried it again, like the next week, kayak grape again, probably the same fucking can. From my friends, wasn't my can at all, but I was taking pinches out of their can, so it might have been the same can, might have not been, but it was the same type of dip anyway. And yeah, I got sick again. And then I just gave up. Didn't do any tobacco products for a while. And then when I turned 18, I thought, you know, I was glad that I was 18, so I started buying cigars here and there, just to, you know, puff on, not the whole thing, just a couple of puffs, and then I put it out, you know, before school, back when I was a senior, you know, 18 senior. But I do have some evidence of when I used to smoke, like Camel Crush right here, like, you know, that's an old ass box. But when I really got back into really enjoying tobacco, because smoking cigarettes, it was really expensive. I didn't enjoy the smoking part of it. I just enjoyed the nicotine fix, I guess. But with dip and snooze and chew and all that, I actually enjoy the experience while you're getting the nicotine fix. But this is also a video. I might not mention this before, but I want to throw this into all of this, and I want to talk about a good way to start using smokeless tobacco, and you probably won't get sick. And this is the most mellow shit you can get. Camel Snooze Mellow. I mean, if you get you might get a buzz from this if you don't use nicotine at all. But I promise you, you will not get sick off of Snooze Mellow. Let's see if it still smells like it in here. It kind of smells like vanilla or something now, but this can is kind of old. I do not understand the code on here, but it looks like it might expire in 2015, if I'm guessing on the code. But Camel Snooze Mellow. But this is what I started with when I went back to smokeless tobacco. Camel Snooze Frost. I was stuck on Frost for the longest time. And we also got Snooze Mint, which I didn't like as much as Frost, but it's almost the same deal. And back when I was a pussy and I couldn't handle my nicotine, I thought that the large Snooze Robust were almost too much. Like, I was getting too much juice, and I mean, it's a snooze, I know, but I felt like I was getting too much juice, and I don't know, there was too much flavor for me at one point. Like, I was like, ugh, I gotta get this robustness out of my mouth. It's funny to think back now, but yeah, I started out with a snooze, and then I started moving on to chews. I found my chew bags. So we got Durango. Durango is one of my favorite chews. Besides the Stoker's flavors and shit, like original chews, I'd have to go with Durango. JD's Blend, you know, it's a sweet, loose leaf chewing tobacco. There's not much to it. It's a finer, loose leaf cut, I guess. Rim and Silver Blend, I really love. Levi Garrett, I mean, of course, everybody loves that. But yeah, my favorite out of these would have to be Durango. Of course, I have other bags laying around everywhere. All this noise you hear is all these fucking bottles from past times. Jim Beam bourbon. Like, this is before I was making videos. This bottle right here, it says void after June 30th, 1979. And I drank this shit, I don't know, maybe 2014, 2015. Like, it was fucking, it looked like brown snot floating around. And it says this is a Beam bourbon. I don't know why it has a duck on it. It's supposed to look like a stamp. But yeah, it's talking about a bunch of ducks, and apparently there was other ones. This is the hooded merganser, I guess. And then there's 2 other ducks on here. But this bourbon fucking fucked me up in a totally different way than any other alcohol. And it's probably because it was so expired. This video has been way too long. I might show y'all some more shit in this box in a different video. I hope you, listen to the shout-outs. Hope you appreciate the shout-outs if you got one. I appreciate all the shout-outs I get. But, yeah, if you're new to dipping and you get sick, don't dip. Go to snooze first, and then go to chew, and then go to dip, and then you probably won't get sick anymore like me. I'll see you in the next one. Crow out.